Okay, so we are going to do a tutorial on how to sync audio and export proxies in Davinci Resolve. And as an added bonus, we will also show you how to sync audio in Premiere Pro, but not how to export proxies in Premiere Pro. So Davinci Resolve is a free program from Blackmagic Design. You can go to their website and download the latest version. I have the studio version 15 from a while ago that I'm going to use, but for our purposes, the free version will also work. So after you've downloaded and installed it, it's quite a simple process. You would load it, and this is the screen that you're going to see after you install it. I have some files that I filmed a couple days ago that I need to sync the audio on. So I'm going to use waveform rather than timecode. If you have timecode, it's a much faster and quicker and easier process than using waveform. It's quite technical when you get into waveform. So this is the screen that you're going to see after Davinci loads. I'm going to create a new project, call it test 2. You don't need to find a location for the project because Davinci stores it right into the project manager. And we'll create, this is the screen that you're going to see. This is the edit panel that Davinci uses. Now Davinci uses these 6 different panels down here to do the various things that the program can do, and it's quite different than what Adobe does. So today we'll use the media panel, the edit panel, and the deliver panel to do the work that we're going to do. Let's start in the media panel. Here we have all of the different drives that we have on our computer. It looks similar to the Explorer window, and my files are located in this folder right here. I recorded them with this Ninja monitor, Ninja Flame, and the first 3 clips that we're going to use is, or 4. One of these is a scratch clip, I know that. So I've just hit shift and left click to select these 4 clips. I'll drag them in. Actually, first we'll create a new bin. Let's go bin 1. There we go. We'll pull them into this bin. I like doing bins. And then it'll ask us about the frame rate. We filmed this at 23.97 frames per second. Most likely the project is at a default 30 or whatever, so we'll change it. And then we'll go ahead and bring in the audio. Now the audio clips that I don't want all these audio clips because Davinci isn't very good at syncing various different clips at the same time. So I know I want clip number 4, C004, and I also want 3, and I want 2. Where's 2? We can also search here. So these are the different ways of looking at the footage. You can use the thumbnail view and the list view, but we can also search. So I want to search C0002, and there it is. We'll bring that in. And I want 5. We'll bring that in. And we'll go to 6. May as well bring in 6 also. Alright, so I'm not exactly sure what audio clips go with what video clips. We didn't use a slate. This was quite running and gunning. So let's have a listen.
Hi, I'm Guy Pajot with Good to Go Outdoors. Today on Geared Up, we're going to be looking.
Camera's rolling. Focused.
So I know for a fact that this C002 was the first clip that we filmed. This is the scratch clip, I know that. We'll remove that. This is the last clip that we filmed. This is the first clip that we filmed. So I know this one goes with C002. All right, these two clips go together. I know that. Now, before we sync, I want the audio on this camera reference audio. See how it's at 3 and 4? I want it to be in 1 and 2. So I'm going to right click, go to clip attributes in this menu that pops up. Don't worry about the video, but it's the audio that we want. I want to scrap channel 1 and channel 2 audio. I only want 3 and 4. And what that's going to do is it's going to move the audio into 1 and 2. So then Davinci can read the audio properly, because I think it only reads 1 and 2. There's probably a setting where you can show Davinci which tracks you want it to read. But right now the default is 1 and 2. So that's what we've done there. We'll take these two clips and we're going to auto sync the audio based on waveform. Now if you had time code, you would click on time code and it would take a half a second to sync it, and you could do all of the clips in that bin very, very fast. But because we're using waveform, all we have is audio, you would use waveform. This append tracks means it'll keep the camera reference audio in some other track, but we don't want that. Maybe you do, I don't. So we're just going to go waveform.
5 models will 100% take you to the next level of.
There we go. It's done a very, very good job at that. Let's go to the next clip. I know this is the third clip that we filmed, so I want this clip and number 3. There we go. But we didn't change the audio tracks. So on both of these two clips, I can do them both at the same time. I want to change the clip attributes so that the audio the reference camera audio is on track 1 and 2. So I'll get rid of the empty ones. Select the clips that I want to sync. Go auto sync audio based on waveform. Make sure it's done the right job.
Looking at the VenoMax series of rifle. Ah, shit. Okay, let me try again.
There we go. He's done a good job at that. And then we'll go to number 4. We've already changed the clip attributes. You saw me do that. And now, there. So you have to do these individually.
Today on Geared Up, we're going to be looking at the VenoMax series of.
All right. Guy is struggling there and trying to get his lines across, but that's okay. Now we have synced the audio on these clips, but they are raw file. They are raw video file. Now if we wanted to create a proxy out of those files so your computer can chew through them a little bit quicker and easier, you wanted to create a proxy, and Davinci Resolve is an excellent program to do that with. Here's how you do that. Select all 3 files, or all of the files that you've synced the audio on, and create a new timeline. We're going to call it timeline 1. We'll create it. There's your timeline right there. It has all 3 clips, or all of the clips that we selected on the same timeline. Okay, now we'll double click on that, or we can also go down here to the edit panel and the clips will show up. There we go. It's cut the audio to the in and out points of the video for us. There you can see we have the synced audio, and we're going to export this proxy with the raw audio files attached to it already. Now the edit is done. We're finished here. We're going to go to the Deliver tab. In this panel, what we see is the clips down here on the timeline, but this is what's important up here. Okay, so we want to export the video, and the best proxy that I've found that you can edit with is an MOV QuickTime file. The codec is a DNxHR, and the type of codec, the DNxHR codec that we want, is this SQ file. I'm going to keep it at 1080p. You can bring it down to 720, whatever you want. And you're going to export all these as individual clips, not as a single clip, otherwise it'll combine them. That won't make any sense. So click on individual clips, and you're done in this panel. Of course, we want a location to send them to, so I'm going to create a test folder on this RAID that I'm going to delete later. There we go. And it's going to, that's where it's going to send the proxies to. Alright, let's go to the audio. This is important. So we want to export the audio as linear PCM, that's uncompressed, and we want the channels to be the same as the source. We'll up our bit rate a little bit to 24. There we go. Now let's go to File. Here we want to make sure that it keeps the same name on this proxy file as the source. And that will be important later after you're done the edit and you want to reattach the raw files to your edit. Get rid of the proxy files. Okay, so we're done. This is all you need to do. Don't touch anything else. Don't uncheck anything else. You're good. So then we add it to the render queue. It pops up over here on this side, and we just click Start Render. You have now synced audio and created proxies in Davinci Resolve. Let's move on. I'm going to show you how to do this same thing in Premiere Pro. We're not going to export the proxies in Premiere Pro because I believe that once you've synced up the audio in Premiere Pro, you're already done. If your computer can chew through the raw files in Premiere Pro, then you don't need to create the proxies. I wouldn't suggest that you create proxies in Premiere Pro because it's a much more involved process. Okay, let's move. Here we go. I've already opened Premiere Pro. If you haven't installed it, that's a different beast. Time for a different tutorial. Anyways, here it's prompting us to import the media. Let's go to, so that beep that you just heard is telling us that Premiere Pro or Davinci Resolve has finished creating the proxies. It's quite fast, quite a neat little program. So here we are going to import these different audio files. Now Premiere Pro I find is much better at syncing audio with video. So we're actually going to import all of the audio files that were in that folder so that we don't have to go through and find them. So we're just going to right click and go import. Boom. It's imported it into that folder. And now let's go to our video files. And we're going to find those 3 video files that we want to sync audio on. Now they're a little bit different. They're organized a little differently than in Davinci. These are the ones here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. We're going to go Shift and left click, right click, import. Okay, so there they are. We don't have to get rid of the audio tracks like we did in Davinci here in Premiere Pro because Davinci does it a little bit different. We're going to select all of these, right click, create multi-camera source sequence. Now if you had timecode, you would click this little button here. It would take you, it would be very fast, it would be very accurate, but because you don't have timecode, we're going to use audio, and it's going to use all of the tracks within all of our clips to find the best place to sync those clips from. We're going to click OK. It's going to go through the process. Both programs do this quite efficiently. There's a little bit of a different process, that's all. So it says it's done. Some of the files couldn't be synced because, well, there's no match. Now Premiere Pro has taken the clips and plunked them into a separate folder for us, and we know that it's synced up these 4 clips with these 4 audio files. Let's see how well it did. Let's go back here. If you want to see what's going on in this timeline, you right click and go Open in Timeline, and here it shows us that it has synced these various different clips, audio clips and video clips, but because these were different takes of the same shot, Premiere Pro has gotten a little confused. It's going, well, what's going on here? So it's put these clips on the same spot. It's synced up the audio because it sounded the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to select this clip, and I know this audio clip looks the same length, and we're going to shove that down. This is a scratch clip here, so I'm just going to get rid of that. Now let's see what it done.
Good to go outdoors.
Perfect. Okay, it has synced up these clips perfectly. I want to get rid of the camera reference audio. I'm going to unlink, delete it, and then I want to link these two. There you go. There's your clip, synced with the audio.
Pajot with Good to Go Outdoors.
We'll do the same thing over here. The camera reference audio for that clip is way down here. We're going to unlink it. We're going to get rid of it. It's gone. We're going to shorten it. Davinci Resolve does this automatically, but here we've done it ourselves. We're going to link it. There you go. There's your two clips. Most likely there's some more in here. Open in timeline. This is the other clip that it's matched up. It has somehow found one that doesn't belong. And it's muted.
Pajot with Good to Go Outdoors. Today on Geared Up, we're going to...
Perfect. So we're going to unlink, get rid of these clips, these audio tracks. We're going to shorten it to the same point, and we're going to link it. There you go. There's your audio, synced audio and video clip. It's got the raw files attached to it, but my computer is chewing through it quite well. Maybe yours will too. And that's it for today's tutorial on how to sync audio and create proxies in Davinci Resolve, and how to sync audio in Premiere Pro. For the next tutorial, what I will show you is, if you're going to use proxies to edit your film, how to relink raw audio, raw video to the edit file once you're ready for coloring. Hope you found this tutorial helpful, and we'll see you next time.